Hi there, I'm Alex D. I'm going to make this a short one. Just how do I deal with PD2 texture files? Well, their um, type extension is simply texture. Well, we don't really need any converters or whatever. We can just rename texture to DDS. DDS is a texture file type thingy, and as you can see, it already sees that indeed this is a DDS file. We can open it in our paintnet or DXTBMP for that matter. Yeah, so we see the color map, the alpha map. PaintNet unfortunately does not support well channels, so it's kind of makes this kind of image. We're gonna use Photoshop, by the way. I have already launched it because it takes ages to do so. Let's just continue and rename all our textures to DDS files. Yeah. Oh, as you can already see, it does not seem to work on our normal maps. Diffuse maps are named to DDS and already show something, but normal maps don't. And we may notice that they differ in size twofold. Yeah, well, that doesn't really mean much, but while our diffuse maps can be opened in PaintNet, um, the normal maps they refuse to do so. Well, maybe any of this makes sense, but well, uh, it also refuses to open in DXTBMP and any other editor for that matter. However, it seems to be working just fine. Well, as we can see, it imports this thing, alright. Rail D, and if we import the normal map texture, it makes this. It does something, but it's not quite something that we can use. Well, I'll show you something about channels. Well, if we disable the mask as an alpha channel, we'll see this. A completely red texture, which means we have something lying in our red channel, nothing at all in our green or blue channels, and something else in our alpha channel. And what is all this about? I'm not going to explain how the normal maps work. Well, I kinda will. Uh, in short, you've been to school, right? Remember how well you draw the coordinates and all that stuff, and the x axis is from left to right, yeah, and the y axis is from bottom to top. This has something to do with uh, shading, how the light uh, falls on our uh, mesh, and this is a more shaded part, this is a lighter part, or vice versa. In fact, I think it actually is the other way around. Well, we'll see later what all this means. Well, what are we supposed to do with these this point. It's useless for us in this state. What we can do is export right from our VTF edit as something. Close it. We don't need that. We exported it as TGA file. Now we can open that in our Photoshop and well, do some tricks. We need channels, as I've already shown in VTF edit. Red channel, green, blue, and alpha. Well, what we're going to do now is decipher what all of this actually means. Well, I know what all of this means already, so I don't really know where to start, but red channel is supposed to represent X axis, which is left to right, and in this case we see the gradient is well, it's not left to right, it's in the vertical, it's a vertical axis, which is Y axis. We need it to become the green channel, so we just kind of select everything, cut, and paste it into green. We can already see the result. It's no longer red, it's green, yeah? And well, let's see what the alpha channel does. Well, it is, in fact, as we can see, the gradient from left to right becomes well, black to white, yeah? And a similar thing happens here. Nothing to do with any verticality. It's horizontal. It's X axis. We need to cut that, and paste into red. And that's almost done. But what we need to remember is that, well, I guess it's due to some computer stuff, how it makes sense in there, yeah. Well, while we draw on paper our coordinates, X is left to right and Y is bottom to top, but the computer, well, image files, well, they count. I guess it has something to do with how the pixels are numbered in there. To select everything, I hate that. Well, let's say this is pixel number 1, this is pixel number 100, this is pixel number 200, this is pixel number 300, and so on. So it goes from left to right on x-axis, but on y-axis, this is number 1, this is number 100, this is 200, 300, and so on. It goes top to bottom, so it's the well, while x-axis is okay, y-axis is actually inverted in this case, and we will have to make sure we also check for that. Okay, what we see now is, well, if you go from left to right, you will you can imagine yourself, well, while you travel in the gray area, you are, well, on the completely flat area. You just walk, okay, and then you hit white pixels. That means you're going down. Actually, you are going down. So that's an indent. You travel downward. So the light, it also, well, I'm not going to explain how the normal maps work, especially not in English, forgive me for, but anyway, you then travel into the gray area again, so you made a few steps down, then you meet black pixels and you travel back up, so you are, well, kinda back on the same gray area as you were. And, well, these are a few trenches. These are, well, our rails. Um, you get the idea. I think you are intelligent enough for that. Yeah. So, alright. We have. The problem is PD2's engine, diesel, yeah? It actually makes the normals work as we do it on paper. So x is left to right, as in x plus, yeah, and y is bottom to top, as in y y plus. I keep calling it y because it's how we Russians call it. But the source engine and many others, they do it y minus. So while we have x-axis all right, we need to invert our green channel. Just select all and invert. And that's what we got. Now let's see what we did. So this white is going down, gray going up. So this is an indent actually, as we travel from top to bottom. This is an indent. White is going down and black is going up. Yeah, and the same indent we can say about that. So we go down here, we are below. We go up, we are above again. So yeah, makes sense to you. Okay, well, this looks like someone's puke. Yeah, right. What we've forgotten to do is invert blue channel to a complete white. And let's do the same for the alpha channel so we can actually see what's happening. And looks familiar, does it? It looks like a the usual source engine or any other normal engine normal map. Yeah, we can just save that now and close. We don't need to do anything with it. We can delete the original already. Now, okay, sorry. Yeah, let's import this again in our num. We don't have to generate mipmaps, but okay, I'll leave that there lest I forget. Export barrel. Let's do the same for the Surefire right now. Surefire. Okay. Now I can. What just happened? Oh, I saved it as a VTF. I don't want it to be a VTF. I want to export it as TGA. This is already, this is norm. I call it norm, but I should really give it more real names. Yeah, that's what it makes it look. Well, it's really when you know what you're doing, it's done in. Oh, it's done in a couple of clicks. Well, in this case, keyboard presses. Yeah. Well, now it makes you look like an ass, but it helps to move your finger across your view and make sure that X is left to right. It's white to black in here. Yeah, this is an indent, so we just travel here, and then green goes black to or white to black, top to bottom. Yeah, that's what we want. Let's save, and let's do it again. Show file. Control A, Control X, Control V, Control I. Oh, I did something completely wrong. Oh shit. Yeah. I have had all channels selected. Okay, again. Control A, Control X, Control V, Control I, Control X, Control I, Control V, Control I. And now we have it like, well, round objects help a lot. White to black, white to black. Yeah, that's what we want. That's pretty much it. That's how we fix in some rather unorthodox way the PD2 normal maps. Well, at least how I do it. Kinda, well, okay, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's something else. I wanted to record something completely different, and well, okay. See you around next time.